Belling the Cat. Once upon a time, a small mouse family lived inside the wall of an old house. It was safe and cozy in there, but the mice were constantly worried about one thing: the cat. The cat also lived in the house, and it had big, sharp claws and eyes that were always watching for the mice. When the cat was on the hunt, all the mice had to hide in their holes and stay perfectly still. One day, the mice decided to hold a big meeting. They all gathered in the largest corner of the wall, a spot well hidden behind a stack of old bricks, where they could sit safely and discuss how to handle the cat problem. Every mouse came, from the oldest grandfathers to the youngest baby mice. They sat in a circle, and the grandmother mouse, who was the wisest, began the meeting. "We need to find a way to protect ourselves from that dangerous cat," said the grandmother mouse in a serious voice. "We can no longer live in fear. We need to come up with a good plan." The mice thought for a long time. Many of them had suggestions, but none seemed like a good solution. A small mouse suggested they could build a trap, but the other mice knew that the cat was far too clever to fall for a trap. Another mouse suggested they could dig a secret tunnel to escape, but it was too much work, and besides, the cat was so fast that they might not make it in time anyway. Suddenly, a young mouse stood up. His name was Meikle, and he was known for being both brave and inventive. "I have an idea," he shouted enthusiastically. "What if we hang a bell around the cat's neck? Then we can hear it coming, and we'll have time to hide before it catches us." All the mice were very surprised and excited about the suggestion. They began to whisper and nod to each other, discussing how much safer they would feel and imagining the freedom they would have without constantly worrying about the cat. "That's a brilliant idea," said an old mouse. "Yes, then we'll always hear the cat before it's here," said another. The baby mice jumped up and down with joy, and some of the oldest mice smiled broadly. They imagined how wonderful it would be to never have to be afraid of the cat again. But just as the excitement was at its highest, the grandmother mouse gently tapped her cane to bring the room to order. "Wait a moment, dear mice," she said. "I agree that it's a very good idea to hang a bell on the cat, but let me ask one important question. Who will hang the bell on the cat?" At that moment, it became completely silent in the mouse corner. All the mice looked at each other, and no one said a word. They began to realize that hanging a bell on the cat was not so simple. The cat was big, dangerous, and fast. If any of the mice tried to sneak up on it, the cat would surely hear them and catch them immediately. No mouse was brave enough to take on such a task. At last, the grandmother mouse sighed and said, "It's one thing to come up with good ideas, but it's quite another to carry them out."